Absolutely. Firstly, it's always great to start on a winning note, especially on a series as short as three one-days. There was a bit of uncertainty, we didn't first time playing at this ground. I think the first time an international was played here. So I think the way we kind of reacted to different conditions was good. Being the first game that the team has played in almost just a month or maybe more than that, 2 months, since the last one-day game before this, there's always a bit of rustiness. Certainly we had New Zealand in a good position to ball them out for under 200 and kind of let that slip a bit. So obviously in that area, and the batting front, we found ourselves in a bit of trouble at 94 4 in the worst. So you never want to get into that position, but in the same token, there's always some silver lining to come out of those situations. I think we've taken a lot of confidence from the way we finished games in the last month anyway. Yeah, the wicket wasn't that easy to bat. We saw that with the New Zealand innings. And chasing 230 is, it gives you a bit of time up front to kind of set a base. Unfortunately, we managed to get some sort of base, and even though we were 90 or 100 before, I think on that type of wicket, it was a decentish base to kind of work on. We obviously wanted to be as little wickets down as possible, but there was no rush having to chase 230. As I said, fortunately, the score wasn't as big a score, so 230 did allow you a bit more time to not take as many risks early days. So I think the adjustment more was to actually be patient and graft it out there. I mean, the tendency in one-day cricket, and especially with advent of T20 cricket, is to try and score quickly up front. That's what we all try and do. So when you don't have a wicket that allows that, the biggest adjustment is to kind of bite your tongue a little bit and try and block out a few dot balls, So I think that was the biggest adjustment. Well, let's see how the wicket plays. If it plays similar, then it may be. If it not, then maybe probably having a better understanding of how to play on this wicket and what may be a good score might dictate terms a bit more than having not knowing really because in the first game. To be honest with you, I don't think everybody's mentioned it. I'm not sure what the rankings are at the moment. But that hasn't been a major motivator for us. You obviously want to get to the World Cup being in the top 3 in the world. I mean, then it gives you some sort of gauge of what your chances are, in a different sort of way. But being number 1, great. But at the moment, we're sticking to a good plan of winning as many as we can, and certainly taking each game with the importance that it has.